articles. I study you like a book.
Don't you know this is done for entertainment only?
Amen. LOL. So keep deleting that shit because it makes you look stupid as fuck. You a goddamn cow. Keep producing that milk, dude. I'm here to farm that shit. Fill my buckets all the way up.
Move, motherfucker! Move!
Howdy, howdy. And it's been a while. They ain't gonna know what hit 'em when they get beat with the venom.
3 times, you say? 3 is the ways of the mystics.
Happy holidays, little buddy.
Happy holidays. Take a broom and shove it up your ass.
The number one thing that he's teaching Carl, that thing that Saul used to do with his tongue, oh, it drives him square nuts.
My stepmom and I fighting, and she said she wanted to take my cane and shove it up my ass.
A filthy animal calls upon you. You stuck a cane inside your dog. So take another tug, stick a straw up your nose. One more snort, fool might drown you.
Worky verse is definitely strong.
Thank you.
Hey, Johnny. Verse, motherfucking strong. What you gonna do
Hey,
now?
what sound is
it? Squirrel. What you gonna do now, squirrel?
Red, white, blue, neck, skin, color, creep, squirrel.
Hey world, Leroy here. We gonna monetize locals on YouTube in 2022. All right now.
I don't know if I can fit this in 3 minutes, but let's try. So, 2011, and I was really going through a spiritual awakening at the time. So I met this guy. I'm not going to even fucking say his name. There's no telling. He's been stalking me ever since. So we met in 2011, and going through the spiritual awakening, he introduced me to different materials and stuff that like kind of helped me awaken to different levels, like David Icke and different people like that. He also introduced me to Scientology. Big mistake. So very early on, I told him about my childhood trauma with my father, and he definitely used that throughout the relationship to manipulate me, brainwash me. He manipulated me into thinking, he like brainwashed me into thinking I didn't need a phone, like something had happened to my phone, and I also didn't have my own car at the time either. So like everything was in his control. Like he had the phone, he had the car, like it was all under his control. So he would be very abusive, and whenever I would, oppose him on different things, he would just like go crazy and attack me verbally. He would tear up my stuff. He knew the things that like I really cherished because I didn't have a whole lot. I'd moved in with him and I didn't have a whole lot. So he would like go and grab stuff in an argument and rip it apart in front of me, and then that would cause like a physical altercation between us. And anytime, like, after an argument, he would say that there were demons attached to him or, like, negative energies attached to him. And that's what was causing, like, these arguments and stuff like that. And I had them attached to me, too. And that welcomes in this whole Scientology thing. He talked me into going to LA to join the Scientology org over there. Before that, he introduced me to Dianetics and was talking about how it's, like, this, like, therapy thing that can like rid you of the emotional attachment to these like traumatic memories and all that stuff. And I was like, well, that sounds good, but I didn't really know a whole lot about the rest of the Scientology cult. So we go to LA to the org and join fucking Scientology, bro. And I wasn't there for very long. We like literally joined the church. And the whole time he's trying to control me and stuff like that. And he leaves before I do. Like he gets out. And then a little later I leave. And that was not an easy process to get out of that. So after I'm back out in the real world and stuff, we barely had any type of communication. I broke up with him finally. We'd broken up so many times. Apparently I owed him some money and he came over and tried to give. Okay, so we left off at leaving Scientology org in LA. Oh my God. This relationship was so abusive that a lot of memories are blurry. So I think before we went out there, or maybe it was after, I can't remember because I was so locked into this like abusive relationship. we lived in Nashville at some point, and he got mad one night because I asked him, hey, can I smoke some of your lettuce? And he was like, yeah. And I had misplaced it the next day, and he thought I stole it and freaked out so bad that he punched me in the back of the head. So that's super cool, and I blacked out. So when I finally moved back in with my mom, skip way far ahead. I moved back in with my mom in Missouri, and he came over to bring me my stuff, and he rolled my arm up in the window out in the parking lot of these apartments, and our neighbor in the apartment complex came out and was screaming at him, and as soon as he seen the guy, he of course tucked tail and ran because he's a puss. And I got a restraining order on him for that, so he could not contact me or contact come to the apartments and stuff. And for a while, he had been blowing up my mom's phone. He had her number because I had called her from his phone when I didn't have a phone, and would say a bunch of nasty, horrible things, calling me all kinds of names, bombarding her, trying to keep us up all hours of the night. She finally blocked his number and stuff. So apparently I had owed him money. That's where the last video left off. So we had a mutual friend, and his friend came over to get it, but I only had a $100 bill. So I was like, hey, take me to the bank and I'll break this and I'll give you the money so you can give it to him. So we did all that, came back to my apartment, and they left. And then the car is driving by the car is leaving as I'm going into my mom's apartment, and the trunk is open. This motherfucker was in the trunk of the car. Literally in the trunk of the car. The trunk was open. He was screaming, I'm a slut, I'm a whore, I'm a thief, screaming all these accusations at me, and I still it was one of the craziest times of my fucking life. It was insane what this man did. And come to find out, his friend had stolen some of the money, held some of the money, put it in his pocket, and then gave the rest to him. So my crazy fucking ex thought I didn't give him all the money that I owed him or some shit. To this day, he will still stalk me. He has made so many Facebook accounts, they're countless. He also emailed me, and I knew it was him because it was a fake name he used on one of his fake Facebook profiles. Crazy. Okay, so we left off at...
Get to hear the one about me.